is responsible for the content of this advertising.
This is Southern New England's trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Well, good afternoon to you folks. Thanks for joining us today. I'm Casey Cantz. We'll begin with national headlines and the latest on Hurricane Ian today. The storm upgraded once again from a tropical storm to a hurricane as it sets its sights in the Carolinas now. The storm now a Category 1 after leaving a path of destruction in southwest Florida, killing at least 21 people. ABC's Justin Finch has the latest.
Ian is zeroing in on the Carolinas today, bringing its wrath to even more people. The governor of South Carolina issuing a state of emergency. The monster storm making history as one of the top 10 strongest on record in the United States after making landfall in Florida Wednesday. In southwest Florida, desperate search and rescue missions still underway.
In addition to the rescues yesterday, rescue personnel have gone to more than 3,000 homes in the hardest hit areas, going door to door to check on the occupants of those residences. There are over 1,000 dedicated rescue personnel who are going up and down the coastline.
Agent Navy's here for you!
This woman and her mother stranded for 24 hours, standing on top of this car as water levels rose.
Scared to death. I thought I was gonna die right there. And the car was like wiggling while we're both holding on and holding the dog in the middle.
Ian destroying homes and swallowing entire neighborhoods in record-breaking storm surge.
I'm homeless and scared.
Boats floating through a neighborhood.
Those four
1,000 FEMA personnel deployed, supplying millions of liters of water, meals, and hundreds of generators. About 2 million people still without power. As search and rescue efforts resume, Florida's governor cautioning that the human toll will rise as teams are able to expand their efforts. Justin Finch, ABC News, St. Petersburg.
Such a long road to recovery there in Florida as Ian moves towards the Carolinas now. Back here at home, we are rounding out the month of September. Calm and cool, a chill in the air out there. And Chelsea, we could be seeing some remnants, though, of Ian this weekend here, right?
Yeah, honestly, some of the clouds that we're seeing roll into southern New England today streaming in from Ian, that large of a storm sitting way down to our south and west. We are looking at some clouds increasing here in southern New England. Ian down still just off the shore of the Carolinas, sitting 60 miles to the east-southeast of Charleston, South Carolina. The breeze is coming in with winds at 85 miles per hour, gusts to 105 miles per hour, moving north at 14 miles per hour. Going to continue to move inland and then weaken significantly as it does so in the coming days. For us here in southern New England, clouds are thickening up and we do have some rain on our forecast for the weekend. Right now we're sitting in the low 60s range. The breeze is coming in out of the east-northeast. Most of us in the upper 50s and low 60s range. So definitely cool for this time of year. We still should be making it to about 70 degrees the final day of September, running a few degrees cooler than even yesterday at this time. But overall low humidity levels, so that's nice. Satellite radar image shows you those clouds streaming in. A little bit of a wider view shows you the rain bands from Ian starting to lift to the north. And by early tomorrow morning, some scattered rain will be in our forecast and the potential for some heavy downpours too, especially at the coastline. I'll have a look at your full weekend forecast and a look into next week in just a few minutes. Casey?
Thanks, Chelsea. We'll check back in. New today at noon. One firefighter taken to the hospital after crews knocked down a house fire on Benefit Street in Providence this morning. The initial call came in around 9 o'clock this morning, with smoke coming from the windows there. Fire officials say the fire was contained in the attic where damage is extensive. Nobody was home at the time firefighters got there. The Bristol County DA's office charging 2 Rehoboth men with murder in connection with a 2021 Seekonk murder. The DA says the victim's son, 21-year-old J.D. Housley, and the second, another 21-year-old Christopher Heron, are both charged with murder and carrying an illegal firearm. 66-year-old Joseph Housley died after being shot on Forsyth Circle in July of last year. Both of the men charged have been in jail since last fall on unrelated cases. Now to an ABC6 News follow-up, and you're just riding along like normal, and then there it is, an unfamiliar sight along 95 North, right in front of the Providence Place Mall. A lane change for construction means you'll need to pay close attention to where you're going. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trikelis live over 95 today, and he tells us how the first rush hour commute went with this new system this morning. Yanni, good afternoon to you. How are you?
Hey, Casey. Well, yeah, these lane changes, they are all part of major construction plans for RIDOT that will be going until 2025. And if you look behind me, this has been a pretty steady traffic flow here on the new Viaduct Bridge since about 8:30 this morning. Traffic been flowing just like this. And RIDOT, they say that this new bridge will help to ease traffic. And some of the drivers that I spoke with today around Providence, they say that their daily commute in the traffic has just become too much. Scenes from this morning as the Department of Transportation's plan to cut down on traffic on the busiest section of I-95 is now in place. All 3 lanes on 95 North now split onto the new Viaduct Bridge. Drivers in Providence pleased with the change, saying their commutes on 95 had become unbearable.
It was ridiculous because they got the Route 10, Route 6 split thing over there, and that has a lot of traffic over there.
5-10 minutes. I'm trying to take you like 15-20 minutes.
One of the lanes on 95 North by exit 37 shifted last week, and overnight RIDOT crews moving 2 more lanes over. Friday morning, a steady dose of traffic as drivers still worked to adjust. The Department of Transportation telling drivers to keep the far right lane open, but even with this shift, all vehicles, no matter the lane, will still have access to state offices and the Route 146 exits.
I've really seen the difference because I like that last lane, how it speeds up.
Drivers around Providence, like Michelle Hill, telling ABC6 splitting off just 1 lane last week already cut minutes off her commute.
It used to be backed up, but now I feel as though they did a good thing, that it's going to slow the traffic down.
This Viaduct Bridge, it's not going to be the only change coming here on 95 North. Starting next month in October, RIDOT will also connect this bridge temporarily with Atwells Avenue to offer a little more easier commute for drivers as well. We're live in Providence. Yanni Tregelis, ABC 6 News.
It's certainly important to be aware of that change and also give yourself some extra time. Yanni, thank you for that. Happening now, RIPTA officials meeting about a staffing shortage and a reduction in trips. RIPTA announced yesterday ongoing staffing issues continuing to plague the transportation agency. They're blaming the change on a major worker shortage. We're told bus routes will not be eliminated, but fewer buses will be running for designated routes because they don't have enough drivers. This is set to begin the week of October 22nd. Happening now, the Rhode Island Department of Health hosting a summit on child lead poisoning at RIC. RIDO says the goal is to strategize how to improve availability of lead-safe housing and prevent childhood lead poisoning. The Department of Health says lead poisoning is an urgent public health issue in the state, with nearly 2% of children testing positive last year. As you see there, Senator Jack Reed spoke at this event today. And checking in on the crisis in Ukraine, Russian President Vladimir Putin has formally started the process of annexing nearly a fifth of Ukraine in violation of international law. He signed documents to start the annexation during a ceremony at the Kremlin today. Once the process is officially complete, Moscow will recognize 4 Ukrainian regions as Russian territory. The annexation announcement follows so-called referendums in the regions that Ukraine and Western nations universally dismissed as a sham. Still to come today at noon, a new athletic facility almost complete for a Bristol County high school. We've got a look at what that complex will offer kids at Norton High School. Plus, new data released by the state of Massachusetts shows the impact of pandemic-related learning loss on test scores. What it revealed, coming up.
Car crash? 7's the way to go. If you've been injured, every decision is important. Your medical care impacts your health. Your health impacts your ability to earn a living. And that impacts everything. So don't take chances. Get a lawyer you can trust, who's reliable, honest, and effective. I'm Mike Pitaro. With my no-fee guarantee, you don't pay me anything until I win your case. Now that's a guarantee you can trust. Call Mike Pitaro. Call or text 777-7777.
As the people's lawyer, Maura Healey protected homeowners and consumers from predatory lenders. She stood up to ExxonMobil for lying about climate change and took on Purdue Pharma and the Sacklers for fueling the opioid epidemic. Maura Healey has done what's right and gotten results. As governor, she will protect reproductive freedom, cut taxes, improve education, and make Massachusetts more affordable. She will be a governor for all of us.
It's easy to think that all money managers are pretty much the same, but at Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
Different how? You saw high commission investment products, right?
Nope. Fisher avoids them.
Well, you must earn commissions on trades.
Never at Fisher.
Okay, then you probably sneak in some hidden and layered fees.
No, we structure our fees so we do better when clients do better. That might be why most of our clients come from other money managers. At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different.
When you're injured, don't be fooled into taking a tiny check from the insurance company. Once you start adding up medical expenses, lost wages, and pain and suffering, that check is oftentimes a lot less than what you need. Just say no to the insurance company and their tiny check. Instead, say yes to everything you deserve. Call a law firm that will demand top dollar for your injuries.
DeOliveira and Associates.
Call DeOliveira and Associates on the Hurt Line right now.
Welcome back. ABC6 covering our schools now. And the latest standardized testing scores out of Massachusetts show some academic improvement post-pandemic. Results from the spring MCAS show scores in math and science improved last year, but English and language arts scores were down. Student attendance also continued to slide. Overall results, when compared to pre-pandemic levels, show a continued need for improvement in all areas. Norton Public Schools' goal to restore and rebuild their athletic complexes in town is finally in its final stages. After almost 5 years, this project includes brand new turf fields, running tracks, and tennis courts for the whole community to enjoy. We check back in with ABC6 News anchor reporter Yanni Trigelis, who has that story for us right now.
A major project nearing its completion in Norton to build a brand new full turf athletic complex to be the home for multiple sports and turn a place that was once an eyesore for the town into something you can't take your eyes away from.
It's going to be a sense of pride when you walk in. It's going to be a sense of pride when opposing teams come here.
The project includes 2 new turf fields, an 8-lane track, and tennis courts to be the home for all sports in Norton at all levels, played on the grounds between the high school and elementary school.
We all got together and said, how can we best create something that really brings the entire community of Norton together?
The answer? A $6.2 million multi-purpose athletic complex, a major turnaround for the town that Sumner says often had to cancel home games if it rained due to field issues, constantly relying on neighboring Wheaton College's field when issues rose.
Have a place where not just 1 or 2 games could be, where we could really satisfy a lot of the teams. This land was just wasted land, and for many, many years, you drove past this and it was just, oh, we're going to Norton to play games.
But beyond just making Norton a destination where schools want to play, Sumner and Lizotte expressing the impact these fields will make on the community front, serving as a place for all to come together, hosting sporting and community events. All this and more, they say, will help to pay back the $6 million price tag on the project in the years to come.
They are incredibly excited to get on these fields. We know we get called daily. When is these fields going to open? When are we going to be able to jump on these fields? There's a lot of excitement in town.
And they'll be able to get on those fields soon with a target date of October 15th to start hosting events. In Norton, Yanni Trigelis, ABC 6 News.
It really looks beautiful. Yanni, thank you for that. Still to come today at noon. Chelsea's got to look at your full 7-day forecast, including a possibility of some wet weather this weekend.
So much at stake. More Americans turn to ABC's World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 newscast across all of television.
And ABC 6 News with Tiffany Murphy and John DeLuca, Southern New England's trusted news team.
How white do you think your teeth really are? Let's try the tissue test. Oof. Still yellow. There's toothpaste white and there's Crest 3D White Strips white.
White Strips safely work below the enamel surface for whiter teeth in 3 days, guaranteed.
A zillion times whiter.
Crest.
A dental tool is round for a reason. So is an Oral-B. Round cleans better by surrounding each tooth. So clean, you'll feel like you just left the dentist. Oral-B. Brush like a pro.
Come and get it.
Not bad for a year and a half.
Career politician Dan McKee. Worst governor in the country. Corrupt from the start. Selling access to the highest bidder. Bonuses for his friends. $40 million of taxpayer funds for the Superman building. $60 million for Pawtucket Soccer Stadium. The FBI investigating the ILO contract. Refusing to release the subpoena. Dan, time to lawyer up. So many corrupt insider deals, it's time for a change.
Celebrity Jeopardy is the perfect combination of brain power and star power. Let's hope they've been reading more than screenplays.
Celebrity Jeopardy, hosted by Mayim Bialik. New Sunday on ABC and stream on Hulu.
Hi, we're Dry Zone Basement Systems, the all things basement-y company. Since 1987, over 85,000 homeowners have trusted basement systems to fix their basements. Basement waterproofing, foundation wall repair, humidity and mold control, and nasty crawl spaces too. Call Dry Zone Basement Systems today for all things basement-y.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
Well, another update on Hurricane Ian for you. It is a Category 1 hurricane getting very close to the South Carolina border right now, expected to make landfall sometime in the next couple of hours as a Category 1 hurricane. Not quite the Category 4 that completely decimated parts of Florida, but still a very strong storm with winds sustained at 85 miles per hour, gusts to 105. Luckily, it's moving a little bit faster now to the north at 14 miles per hour, but already seeing a lot of storm surge issues for many parts of South Carolina. And this track is going to continue to lift to the north and northwest over the course of the next couple of days, becoming a post-tropical system, basically just your average everyday low system. It is going to have quite a bit of moisture with it, though, and some of that will make its way towards us here in southern New England. I want to stress that it's not Ian that's going to be hitting us, just some moisture streaming from Ian, because you can see even into the weekend, technically the center of that system is still well down to our southwest. Today, we're already starting to see some clouds roll in. Temps are in the low to mid 60s in most locations, which is cool for this time of year. Average high is still around 70 degrees, and we're running a few degrees cooler than yesterday at this time. 1, 2, 3, 4 degrees cooler right now than yesterday at this time. Thanks to the clouds rolling in, thanks to the breeze that's coming in from the north-northeast, a cooler wind direction, only about 5 to 15 miles per hour for most of us. Our highs today end up topping out in the mid-60s range. Over the course of the weekend, though, we get some moisture moving in from Ian, especially tomorrow. Some rain with some heavy downpours possible, especially for the coastline. It's going to keep us only in the upper 50s for both Saturday and Sunday. So our first couple days of October, not really looking like the best start to our weekend. Not many fall activities likely going to be going on tomorrow, with the potential for some heavy rain, especially the farther south you go. Clouds are streaming in as we speak, and we're going to continue to see thickening clouds as we head through the later part of the afternoon and into the evening. You can already see some of that rain down to our south. Again, the center of Ian down near South Carolina, but all of that moisture streaming north from it, especially when it's tied up with a little bit of a front that's pulling some of that farther north. And it does look like our weekend forecast just keeps going downhill. Earlier in the week, it looks like we may have a nice weekend, but since then, we just see the rain chances going up and up. Your futurecast for today shows you the increasing clouds. We'll continue to see increasing clouds overnight, and by early tomorrow morning, you're starting to see rain showers moving into the area. Now, if you're traveling north this weekend, up into northern parts of New England, doesn't look like they have the likelihood of rain all that much. It looks like most of the rain stays south of the Mass Pike, but we may tap into some heavier rain showers, especially the farther south you go tomorrow, so we'll have to watch out for that. Into Sunday, we'll still stay damp, some scattered showers possible. I think the best chance of some heavier showers comes tomorrow. In terms of rainfall totals, we may end up with more than an inch of rain, closer to 2 inches in spots along the coastline, focusing in on the coastline, and that's going to be through the weekend. Today, you see increasing clouds, temps in the mid-60s. It's a cooler day. Tonight, we have those clouds continue to increase, and then tomorrow you get the on and off rain. It'll be an overcast, cool day, and at times, some of that rain may be heavy. 7-day forecast shows temperatures in the mid-60s today, and then upper 50s for the weekend. Again, unfortunately, not our best-looking fall weekend, best-looking October weekend. Even into next week, it still stays a little bit cool and damp through at least the middle of the week.
I'm sure we'll have those great fall weekends.
Right?
We have plenty of time.
You know, it's going to be a good day. Make some soups.
There you go.
Maybe make some apple crisp or all the fall things. I feel like it's been almost too warm to tap into all the fall food.
You're right.
You haven't quite been in the mood. This is the weekend to do it.
Yeah, the chill is in the air.
There you go.
No
Maybe you got the
it.
apple picking done. Now you can do stuff with apples.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Thanks, Chels. Appreciate that. Still to come today at noon, state rep by day, wrestler by night. Yeah, we go into the ring with state rep David Morales. Hear his story about his love for professional wrestling just ahead.
The day of my accident, I was driving on the highway and the person just rear-ended me and kept going. As soon as I called the Tower Law Firm, I had instant peace of mind. They were amazing. They knew exactly how to handle my situation. I love that they care more about me and not just business.
Everyone deserves to feel connected. That's why Cox offers a range of high-speed internet plans that fit any budget. Get Cox Internet for $19.99 a month through the FCC's Affordable Connectivity Program. With no annual contract, download speeds up to 100 megabits per second, and panoramic Wi-Fi and equipment included. It's fast and reliable internet for everyone. See if you qualify at cox.com/ACP.
Sail away on the Black Island Ferry. Take a trip back to carefree times. Leave today, Black Island awaits you. Just leave your troubles behind.
Your Black Island getaway starts as soon as you board. Enjoy the ride and some fresh ocean air on our traditional or high-speed ferries from Point Judith. Visit blackislandferry.com or call 866-783-7996 for more information.
I know there's conflicting information about Dupuytren's contracture.
I thought I couldn't get treatment yet.
Well, people may think that their contracture has to be severe to be treated, but it doesn't. If you can't lay your hand flat on the table, talk to a hand specialist.
But what if I don't want surgery?
Well, then you should find a hand specialist certified to offer non-surgical treatments.
What's the next step?
Visit findahandspecialist.com today to get started.
The day of my accident, I was driving on the highway and the person just rear-ended me and kept going. As soon as I called Vitara Law Firm, I had instant peace of mind. They were amazing. They knew exactly how to handle my situation. I love that they care more about me and not just business.
Welcome back. This next story is one you might just have to see and hear to believe. A local politician who's also a professional wrestler? Yeah, you heard that right. Representative David Morales, currently the youngest member of the Rhode Island State Legislature. And now, that is not the only unique thing people will know about him. Take a look. This is State Representative David Morales.
I want to be absolutely clear. You cannot take advantage of the people here in Rhode Island. Thank you.
This is also State Representative David Morales. His day job, the 23-year-old lawmaker has served the Elmhurst and Mount Pleasant neighborhoods in Providence for just over 2 years now.
The issues I'm focused on are predominantly simple. In relation to health care, I don't think anyone should be paying more than $100 for their prescription drugs.
And then, about once a month, Morales leaves Smith Hill to follow through with one of his favorite hobbies, the crazy world of professional wrestling. Morales plays the role of the commissioner in the Renegade Wrestling Alliance, an independent wrestling organization based in Rhode Island, making his first appearance last year and coming back for nearly every show since. The commissioner persona is different than how Morales pitches himself to voters. In the ring, he's a villain.
So the way I orient myself is I'm going to embody the stereotypes of an egotistic politician, because that's what the crowd's expecting to see.
My
sign pretty much says it. He needs to shut up.
Any good wrestling villain eventually gets their comeuppance, and Morales isn't afraid to give the fans what they want. As a lawmaker, Morales says he focuses on community-based policies, and with the RWA, he sees a way to bring the community together for some family-friendly entertainment.
Tickets are $10 for adults, $5 for kids. However, if you come and talk to me, always happy to cover the price.
And as for the fans, some of them who lose their voice every month booing David Morales, the commissioner, have a different opinion of David Morales, the lawmaker.
We love to boo him here, but I love to see his face in the paper. I love to see his face in the community, and he's a decent person. I tell people wrestling's for everybody. So if you're 3 years old, 100 years old, there's somebody here that you can identify with.
Certainly creates an interesting dynamic for those voters. David Morales is on the ballot for the upcoming November general election. Still to come.